Hey, y'all. Nneka, I know this is a quick turnaround to kind of be asking big picture questions, but, you know, you guys make a lot of moves in the off season to bring you guys in, and there's a lot of expectations. When you kind of look back at this first year, what are the things that are going to stand out about this team and about this journey that you guys just had?
I mean, I think to be able to go from, one of the teams at the bottom of the barrel to this year, I think that means something. To be a part of that means something. For me to be able to join forces with Sky and Jewel and ultimately Gabby and Ezzy and so many different people on this team, it felt good, It felt good knowing that there was a concerted effort to be better. And I'm glad that I'm happy with the decision that I made. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to Zoom. Percy starts out. Jeff Brown, you'll be right after. Percy, go ahead.
Or like Gabby, just what felt good for you tonight, and what does it take to win a playoff game on the road?
Obviously more than that. I think it takes 40 minutes, and it takes just everyone wanting to be on the court together, I think. I think we had some disconnect tonight. Not saying we didn't want to be on the court together, but there was just some things that we weren't flowing on defense, on offense. I think we were just a little bit disconnected, and maybe it can be the fact that, I've only played 12 games with them, the fact that, the fact that Ezzy and Jewel were out and had to come back. There was just some disconnection that we had tonight that Vegas, you can feel that they're very attached, and I think that's what it takes to win on the road is when you're on the court and you're playing against, 10,000 fans, all you have is each other. And I think between injuries, of course, me coming late, that played a big part into it.
And then for Nneka, just you guys, again, for the second straight game, you're up 65-64 early in the fourth quarter. You're right there. Did it feel like deja vu at all? And how did you feel about the way your team closed out this game as opposed to Sunday?
No, it didn't really feel like deja vu. I think that's kind of been our identity this whole season. We find ourselves in those challenging pockets, and we do what we can to gain some level of control or tempo of the game. I think that, how we finished the game tonight was, we fought, Mm-hmm. I think we fought. And no matter what, it's going to be a learning experience. Those are the back-to-back champs. So you have to respect that, and especially in every single possession down to the wire.
There you go. Thank you, guys.
All right, Jeff Brown, go ahead.
Yeah, first for Nneka. Gabby kind of touched on it about the Aces kind of being there before and having that championship experience as a core together. Do you think that's the main difference as far as why they won this series versus you guys, or do you think the Storm need more than that?
I think it's a big difference. I think that when you look at the composition of their team, not only have they been playing together for a long time, they all have a lot of postseason experience. Mm-hmm. And when you get to the postseason, it's just a different level. And I think that's something people should pay attention to when they're watching this postseason, I come from a background of being in finals a couple of times, being in extended postseason play, and we have members of our team who can relate to that. But there's an intangible to the connectedness and the familiarity of being someone who knows what it feels like to be in these moments that they certainly have.
And for Gabby, you just finished this season so strongly. I think you finished maybe 8 games in a row with double-figure scoring. It's the best that you've played through a long portion in the WNBA. Just can you kind of talk about your growth this season and your experience and how you've continued to improve?
I think it's just being here with this staff and with this team, and my teammates have been like so encouraging and have given me a lot of confidence since I've been here. I felt like I had a good thing going last year, but then obviously broke my foot, so it kind of cut me off. But I feel like I've had a good rhythm with Seattle for a while. Even my first year here, I felt like at the end it was starting to click at the right time, and then I got concussed. So I think a big part of it is just the people that I'm surrounded with while I'm here. Luckily, I was able to stay healthy to the end of this season, and I think that played a big part into it, obviously. But they have a lot of confidence in me. They know me very well. They know what I need to get better. We have the resources that we need, obviously, with our practice facility for me to be in there all the time. So they spend a lot of time with me, and I think that helps.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
We're going to take a question in the room, and then we'll come back to the Zoom.
Gabby, Coach Quinn had a lot of positive things to say in regards to your work ethic and what you mean to this team. What did you see that you kind of identify with that drew you back to saying you wanted to be a part of this organization again, to join the special group?
Like I said, it's just like the confidence and the effort and the time that they put into myself personally. And obviously, you know, I'm surrounded by great people. I'm surrounded by great teammates. Adding Nneka and Jewel has been huge, or Nneka and Skylar has been huge for me. Just having two legends, all-stars that are just always in my ear and have that much confidence in me, I think they don't realize how much that means and how much it lifts me up.
Back to Zoom, we'll go to Bella and then to Masvida. Bella, go ahead.
Hey guys, thinking a little bit about less of the technical basketball side, just wondering how you are feeling about the game as a whole, your personal performances, and sort of, you know, the season now being over, how everyone is feeling.
Like in terms of today's game?
Yeah, today's game, just how you're feeling about it. It's a disappointment, I assume, but I just sort of wanted to know how you're emotionally, mentally doing, if that makes sense. Did that help?
I mean, our season's over, so like I don't really know what else to say. Like we lost, you know, we're done. I think that we wanted to play longer, you know, and you lost to the back-to-back champs. Like that's you got to come ready to go every single possession. So right now it doesn't feel great.
Like something I think we heard a lot about after New York lost in the finals series last year was sort of them being motivated to come back this year and do better. Do you feel like this result gives you guys more motivation to come back and do even better next year?
Sure. I mean, we're not gonna have the same team next year, you know. I think there's a lot of variable and nuance to that. I don't really know what else to say about that, to be honest.
I think she has the answer written already.
Yeah. Well, I think we're always, I mean, me and Gabby are definitely motivated to keep going.
Yeah,
like, I'm not done playing, that's for sure.
I'm definitely sad. I mean, I just got here. I'm sad that this is over because I've really enjoyed my time being here, for sure. So
Yeah.
that's how I'm feeling.
Thank you, guys. Sorry for the confusing questions.
You're good.
Let's go to Masvida, and then we'll wrap up with Nneka.
Okay. Hey, Nneka, I was just wondering if you could speak to the resiliency of the team and then just the overall growth you saw of this team from day one to now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of different moments that I can kind of think about when it comes to the build, you know, coming in and investing. I think that's the word that she liked to say investing instead of sacrificing. And so, you know, our mantra was being dangerously disciplined, having competitive character. I saw a lot of good stuff when it came to that. I would say, though, that I think that we can get more consistent with it. I know I can do more. I come in every day, I try to be a professional, I try to be a good vet, but I can do more. Mm-hmm. I always reflect and think about the things that I could do more of. And I think that everyone is kind of in that pocket right now, thinking about what they could do more of. But one thing I know for sure is that this staff held us accountable and is going to continue to hold us accountable. So I look forward to seeing what that reflection and introspection feels like as we move forward.
And Gabby, you talked about it's a great landing place, but just how difficult is it just to, you come in 12 games, and I know you're going to be nice about it, but there has to be some adjustment you have to make. And how do you work that out and perform on the court?
You can say I'm being nice about it, but it's honestly it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. I'm just sad that I had a short amount of time here. Obviously, this isn't going to happen again. The Olympics are never going to happen in Paris again for the rest of our lives. So it's not. This is like a 1 in a million situation. But no, it really was easy. We added two new pieces, and for me, it's the same staff, it's the same people that I've known. 2 new pieces that are very easy to work with for me. So it really wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously, it took a couple games for me to find my role and what exactly the team needed from me. But once we got it going, it was fine.
Thank you both.
Mm-hmm.
And last question to Nneka.
Thank you. Just a quick one about the game for Nneka. The Aces sprinkled in some late switches in the second half of game 1. It felt like they leaned more into that in game 2. From your perspective, how much do you feel like, if at all, that affected your offensive flow?
Oh, it did. I mean, they even did a box and 1. I was like, I didn't even realize it was on me until after someone said something.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that was clearly a part of the game plan. I was trying my best to figure out how to, find my pockets, but I was surrounded, and that's something that's difficult to be productive in. Hats off to them for sure.
Thank you.
Nneka, Gabby, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.